you're Ron DeSantis, I actually think a second place is great for him. I mean, dare I say, because the expectations a little bit are that Haley was going to beat him in Iowa. And Trump even thinks that Haley is going to beat him, because Trump yesterday said about Haley, you're going to find out a lot about her in the next short period of time, which is very mobby, but it also means he's threatened by her. And Don Jr. went to a caucus site where she was tonight to attack her specifically.
Wait, he physically went to the same caucus site where she spoke?
Same one. The reporting suggests they didn't interact, but they clearly, she's the one who makes them nervous. So if DeSantis beats her, she still has her pathway in New Hampshire. But if you're DeSantis, you're going to claim victory.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So, you know, that was then and this is now. And after spending an obscene amount of money, like an insane amount of money in Iowa, targeting basically only Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley and her super PAC puppet masters have basically nothing to show for it. They finished third, and she's made an announcement about her future that I think anyone who's really paying attention had to expect. And I'll show you that in a moment, guys. But first, if you haven't already, be a part of the channel's growth. You know, this is a very, very important year to make ourselves heard, and we can't do it without you guys. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share the channel. It really, really does mean a lot. So here's where we're at. Nikki Haley was on with Brian Kilmeade last night, and Kilmeade had a pretty hilarious question. You know, Haley keeps saying that this is a two-person race, and Kilmeade says, but you came in third. You know, how does that even make sense? And it's almost like both her and Kilmeade forgot how math works, because this is not a two-person race. This is not a three-person race. If you combine every vote that Haley and DeSantis got, Trump still completely demolishes them. And if it continues like this, if it even continues like a bad sequel version of this, it's over. Nikki Haley is completely living in a fantasy.
Governor, great to see you. Last night, you came in third overall. You got roughly 21,000 plus votes, 19% of the vote. Ron DeSantis got 21% of the vote. Why do you think it's a two-person race?
Well, I think, first of all, look at where we started. I mean, when we started, there were 14 people in the race. We had 2% in the polls, and we came out with a strong showing. That's what we wanted in Iowa. Now we're in New Hampshire. You can look at the polls in New Hampshire. We're a stone's throw away from Donald Trump, and so we're going to continue to work really hard. We've been here for 11 months. We've done over 75 town halls. We have been in Red Arrow Diner before, and so we're going to continue to talk to people, but we know that gave us the strength coming out of Iowa. We're going to get even stronger in New Hampshire, going to South Carolina.
So you said New Hampshire's going to fix what Iowa did. How does New Hampshire fix it?
Well, Brian, that was a joke. I mean, you know that. I don't take politics as seriously as sometimes you guys do. We were having a joke there, but what I can tell you is Iowa was very good to us. But now New Hampshire is going to go and continue what's happening and set the tone as it goes to my sweet home state of South Carolina. This is the process. This is what I love. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. But we couldn't be more excited about the energy we have on the ground here in New Hampshire and the send-off that Iowa gave us. We're happy.
Right. You did come on late. They had you up in the last Des Moines Register poll in second, but you end up in third. Nikki, right now, Elise Stefanik yesterday came out, fellow Republican, says, calling on all the other candidates to drop out. What do you say to Elise Stefanik?
Well, I respect Elise Stefanik, but I will say that you've got 70% of Americans don't want to see a Trump-Biden rematch. The majority of Americans disapprove of both Trump and Biden. If you look at the fact that both Trump and Biden put us trillions of dollars in debt that our kids are never going to forgive them for, and you look at the fact that they are still focused on the past, whether it's investigations, whether it's grievances, we need a new generational conservative leader. That's what Americans want. That's what they're yearning for. They don't want to continue to deal with all the negativity and baggage of the past. They want to start seeing solutions so that we get things done on the economy, on education, on the border once and for all, on law and order, and on making sure that we prevent war. That's the biggest focus we have. That's what Granite Staters are talking about, and that's what we're going to continue to talk about.
I know last night in your remarks, it seems to me, and you have some supporters there, it seems to me last night you were very tough on much more direct about Trump and Biden, saying we had two 80-year-olds. It's time to turn the page. The American public doesn't want these two. Was that intentional to be tougher after Iowa?
I think, look, I've always spoken in hard truths. And so you had 14 candidates. And as we did, we were trying to get ourselves out there, make sure people knew what we were for, my record as governor, my record as ambassador. Now that we've come out of it, look, I mean, you look at any poll here in New Hampshire, Donald Trump and I are a stone's throw away. And so we have an opportunity to really make a difference here and continue to follow what the American people want. The truth is, we don't want any more 80-year-olds in D.C. We don't want to go and hear about any more investigations. We're done with that. Everybody wants to see new, fresh leadership. They don't want all this division. They don't want the hatred. They just want sanity. And they want government to work for them again. They're tired of working for government. And so that's what we're going to try and do. This isn't personal for me. It's never been personal for me. This is about making sure that my kids don't live like this. No parent feels good about how their kids are coming up. You look at houses. The average home buyer in America is 49 years old. The American dream's getting away from us. You look at young Americans, they're worried about getting a job. They're worried about being able to afford a home. I want you to hear this.
Yeah, so you guys see that. I mean, Haley must have an absolute freaking cannon on her, man, if she thinks she's just a stone's throw away from Donald Trump. Because every poll I've seen shows her about 14 points behind. That is major league stone throwing. But, those polls, they have her getting crushed, but they also do have her crushing DeSantis. So we'll have to see what his strategy is in New Hampshire. But here's the thing. I'm not even entirely sure what Haley is running for. I mean, she knows that there is zero chance that she's going to get picked as VP. She knows that she's not getting any sweetheart cabinet spots. Honestly, I believe that she's sticking it out because I think she believes that she will be the runner-up, or she can be the runner-up when it's all said and done, and that the powerful Democrats and powerful rhinos that actually fund her and pull her strings, I think they have some sort of plan to ensure that she might be the only viable option. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that is, but they know something that we don't, I think. And I believe she believes that. I don't know. But I want to know what you guys believe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.